How do I start it?
It's already started. We streaming. We live right now.
Yes, we're getting into it. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. What are we doing here? Yep. Everybody's all these things are going on. I'm getting all these lives together. We getting ready to load up. Make sure you rock with us. Make sure you let me see those comments and stuff on screen over there for me. We get ready to talk about a couple of things tonight. Of course, you know what we doing here. That's the name of the podcast. It's myself, Kelby. We got Kim in here tonight too.
Hey, it's just Kim.
We've got the ladies' point of view tonight. So this is going to be important because we're talking about some stuff that we need Kim on deck tonight. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be us bloviating and just talking about the male point of view for one of the topics that we got tonight. But welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you be on the lookout for when we officially drop this podcast and this content. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can stay up on the content so you can, get notifications when we drop a new podcast. Maybe a new video, whatever, man. We live right now. We're coming from Making It Studios right here downtown in the heart of Atlanta. But we got some things. We just getting this thing off the ground. We're building it, but we want to make sure that you stay connected. So the most important thing that you can do right now to rock with the movement, of course, is to make sure you subscribe to all channels. All right, turn your notifications on. I promise you, we won't be blowing you up for nothing. You see that ping go off? Check in. Even if you don't check in right now, check in when you can. If you can't check in when we live, go back later on, watch it. All right. Leave a comment. All right. Hit the share button, of course, obviously. All right. And tell a friend to come rock with us. All right. Tonight, we got a couple of things that we're going to talk about. We're not going to be too long tonight. But we're going to talk about a couple of music industry topics. That's happened since the last time we had a conversation. If you missed any of our previous conversations, make sure you scroll up and catch some of these other podcasts. But since the last time we had a live discussion, R. Kelly did not drop an album, but an R. Kelly album dropped. We're going to get into that. Yeah, that's that part. Also, another music industry thing. I know a lot of people, know who Russ is. I feel like if you really just into music, you would know who Russ is. But if you don't know who Russ is, he's a really dope artist. He's got a lot of bangers out, and he's also a true independent artist. And, on some music industry shit, like if you notice lately, a lot of people have been, selling their catalogs. We're talking about Godfather artists and artists that's been around for, 20, 30 years. It's the end thing right now to just buy out an artist catalog, and now you got it, and then the powers that be can do whatever they want to do as far as syncing it with movies and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But so basically, Russ just got offered $50 million. This is an independent artist, by the way. Russ is a complete indie. He's eating, but he was also offered $50 million to sell his catalog, and he said, "Ain't no fucking way." And for me, someone who actually, was a true indie myself, I can't kind of sort of fathom myself turning down $50 million, but I also never reached the levels of success that Russ did as an indie. So I can't really speak on what it's like to have his brain, because if he's already making a couple of $1 million already as an indie, right? If he's making $5 million or whatever, and in 10 years, he could have made that same $50 million. You feel what I'm saying? And still own all his masters. Right? So 10 years, he's still young, right? So 10 years from now, if he sells his whole catalog right now, then that person controls that catalog. So I kind of get what he's saying, because he's already making good money as a true indie, right? And so it makes a difference, what level you on, whether or not you'll do that. But we're going to talk about that. I'm going to get with Kelby and talk about that too. Also, especially since we got Kim over here rocking with us. All right, it's just Kim. Follow on Instagram. It's just Kim. All right, listen.
Hey, it's just Kim.
It's just Kim.
It's hey.
Oh, my bad. Excuse me. My bad. Hey, it's just Kim. Hey, it's just Kim. She's over here rocking with us because we're going to be talking about frauds. All right? Mainly. I'm talking about Derrick Jaxn. No, I'm talking about the fraud relationship advice. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about, I said that we're going to have this podcast. Me and Kelby agreed that we're going to have a range of topics. And so me and Kelby, we actually both married men, right? Kim and Kelby are married, and I'm a married man myself. And so we also said that, when we start doing this podcast, we're going to be talking about, grown man stuff, perspectives from being a black man, a black business owner, a black father, a black husband. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to, diversify some of the topics that we talk about. But if you have no idea who Derrick Jaxn is, we're going to jump into that in a second, because he's this was supposed to be this relationship guru, and you know, a lot of people he basically catered to women. Like his whole mantra, his whole thing was telling us as men what we need to be doing better. Meanwhile, this nigga that had a whole mistress and got caught cheating, embarrassed his wife publicly, and now they getting a divorce. The whole time he's going viral on social media, supposed to be this relationship guru telling other men what they are doing wrong with their woman. Right? So fuck that guy. That's how I feel about him, and I always felt like that, but it was just like, you know, he done got jammed up, and now all this good advice, apparently he wasn't following the shit himself. And so that's some of the topics that we're gonna be getting into. Kelby's, you ready to jump into this shit? All right,
what are we doing here?
I don't know. I guess what we doing. We're gonna talk about some industry stuff. You know what I mean? But somebody say he is the GOAT at being the WOT. What is the WOT?
I don't know.
What is the WOT?
Weakest.
The weakest? I don't know. So it got that first W got to stand for the weakest.
Weakest of all time.
Universal, what's going on, man? You feel me? Shout out to everybody that's watching, man. Like I said, I'm live right here with my man, Kelby Canick. We live at Making It Studios. This is a new venture that we got. You know what I'm saying? It's called What We Doing Here. It's going to be a really dope podcast. We've got a couple of episodes under our belt, you know what I'm saying? We getting everything lined up to really hit y'all with it, but we having these real conversations, and this is my guy. We always have great conversations off camera, so like why not put it in front of it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I said, we live right here at Making It Studios, and this is a brand new studio that's opening up soon. It's a content creation spot. It's going to be dope. I anticipate it being the hub. You know what I'm saying? It's got rooms for podcasts, interviews, a studio, all kind of stuff. So this is going to be really dope right down here, and I'm excited to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad these guys welcome me to be a part of it. But this is going to be one of the things that come out of this whole situation. So yeah.
Yeah. So what are we going to start with?
I guess we need to start with Kels. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you want to go in and get into it with Kels? Here's my thing. All right, so R. Kelly album dropped. It wasn't even up for like 20-something hours. Apparently, It was unauthorized, and Spotify and all those guys snatched it down because rightfully so, right? Like he didn't authorize it, right. So that's basically copyright infringement.
I mean, but does he even have the ability to authorize the release of any of his?
I have no idea what his. That's what I'm saying. Well, first of all, what was his deal? What was his parent company? Atlantic. Jive?
Yeah.
Okay, so they ain't authorized it, so you already know how they going. They don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they coming. So whether he feel what the hell what he feel like, they not going. They of course he didn't have the power to make those calls from inside the hole, but somebody made the calls and got that shit snatched down quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That shit went live on Spotify for 24 hours. It was not even that long. Somebody said they listened to half the album.
Damn.
First of all,
you got a notification. You got a Google notification set for R. Kelly.
Yo, first of all, if you did hear it, I'd like if you're watching right now on the YouTube or Facebook or something, man, let us know. Does that show YouTube and just only on Facebook too?
I think it should show Facebook too.
So listen, first of all, if you did hear the album, I want to know, first of all, if anybody that did hear the album, what do you think about it? Like, I heard people saying that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they like the album. You feel what I'm saying? Like, people were saying like the album snapped, like it's an R. Kelly album. Like, so if you're an R. Kelly fan, and we could talk about whether or not that's appropriate at this particular point in life. You know what I'm saying? But if you're still an R. Kelly fan, they were saying it was an R. Kelly like album, so it was a good.
Here's the like, why you always bringing up Kanye?
What the fuck?
Because this goes straight to the whole Kanye point.
No, wait a minute. Like, why do we? Can we not talk about Kanye?
Listen.
How do we, bro?
That's exactly what Kanye was talking about.
Come on, fam.
This is
you just want to talk about Kanye.
Was talking about.
We've mentioned Kanye's name every one of these episodes.
Do you judge a person by the worst thing that they've done? Every episode you bring up Kanye.
No, I didn't bring up everybody's listening to this live. So this is live. Nobody heard me say Kanye.
Because R. Kelly has this quality about him that is deplorable. Do we throw away everything else that he's done?
I said no. I've already listened.
It's not for you. It's for the people.
Yeah, I'm saying I've already made my. I'm the people, nigga. We are the people. We are the people.
And you're an R. Kelly fan.
No, I'm not a fan. You know what I am though? I am a fan of classic good music, and I am a fan of 12 play. That shit is never gonna. That shit, you just can't get rid of 12 play. You just can't. You can't get rid of that project, bro. You just if you're
Storm said it was some decent songs on there.
Bro, you just can't act like 12 play never happened if you fucking 30, 40 years old.
TP2.
That too.
I mean, like, you can really
list
his whole discography of the Chocolate Factory.
Right.
And then all the shit that he wrote and produced for other people.
Right. So it's like, no, if fucking you tonight with Biggie come on, I'm gonna be like, oh, I
so like you were saying, and that's to my point of what I was saying to you.
Right.
Like when you bring up the Kanye context and all that stuff, right? It's like,
I never said stop. I never said get rid of the music though.
No. But it's with his rants on, what was it, Alex Jones, whatever the hell, right? That nigga jumped out the window. But it's like, here's the thing. This is the thing. We throw whole people away. We're selective with when we throw whole people away.
Yes, we are.
That's the thing.
That's right. You don't go.
That's the thing.
When you open up your refrigerator, some shit you throw away, some shit you keep. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some of those leftovers, you're like, it still got one more day. You might eat it. You know what I'm saying? And some shit you throw away the next day is old.
But we throw R. Kelly away.
Yeah, right.
Right. But Elvis had a movie that came out last year.
I don't give a fuck about Elvis.
No, but he was a pedophile.
Right. And Elvis is also white, so that's the white folk shit.
But
this shit ain't fuck Elvis. I don't get that. Got to do with us.
But that's the point. Like, so here's the thing. It ain't just us. It's like, that's why I'm talking about our society, our culture. Like, at large, it's like it's like fucking Chris Brown in the AMAs.
Right.
Like,
that's bullshit.
That's why I was like, nigga, I got the fucking time. Like, I work from home. I would like anyone who disagreed would have a problem with me. Give me 48 hours. I have the time and resources to dig some shit up on you.
Right.
And we can go. And that's like anybody. Like, and so like that's the thing. So if we're gonna judge everybody off of the worst aspect of them, then shit, nigga, we all in the garbage heap.
So you saying basically nobody should be this. You say, hold on, here's my thing. You try to tell me, because I already know what you're trying to do here, Kelvin. You're trying to at some point during this conversation, you're trying to get me to say we niggas should still fuck with Kanye. That's not gonna happen.
No. I'm not saying that. You keep bringing him.
No. You interjected Kanye into this conversation.
Thing. We should just.
And I'm not fucking with him right now.
Group them all together and just make it a mini series. Blizzum's takes on Kanye's, and we could just do that.
No, we don't have to do that. It's not that serious.
What are we doing here?
I know what you're trying.
We're filming a Kanye mini series.
That's what you're trying to do here, but I'm not gonna allow you to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Listen again. I've never said as much as I'm not fucking with Kanye and I'm like, man, fuck this nigga right now.
Yeah.
You'll never hear me say, but like, stop playing anything from College Dropout, stop playing anything from Heartbreaks and 808s. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, He made classic, great music just like R. Kelly did. He's on some, and let's be clear. R. Kelly was doing his fuck shit as he was creating that shit. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye simply lost his mind somewhere along the way. But the point is,
I'm with you.
I've said repeatedly, just personally, and also my stance as somebody who has a platform that plays music, right? I'm never going to be the person that throws away the catalog of music, or the body of music, when I'm not fucking with the artist on some personal, with the person. I can completely disassociate the two. Right. You feel what I'm saying? I can. Everybody can.
So do we deserve to get some new R. Kelly music?
Do we deserve it?
If he has bangers in the tuck somewhere, if there's a hard drive with like TP3 sitting on it,
right?
Do we deserve that as music fans?
As his fans of music?
No, as music fans, as just music, like, because we're not gonna.
You saying deserve? We're not gonna
deserve. We're not gonna act like his contributions to music just stopped at his music.
That's true.
Like, he elevated. Like the game of R&B.
Right.
He elevated like some new shit. Like, damn, could have took some.
I'm not gonna say that we don't necessarily deserve the album, but if the album comes out, just like it did this past week, if it comes out and people are playing it,
No, but if the only reason it hasn't come out, like, nigga, Tupac wasn't in the ground a solid motherfucking, like, and new material was out and kept coming out.
Right. But he didn't. It's not the same though.
I'm just saying, like, just because an artist isn't here, doesn't mean that music can't still come out, right? So he's not with us no more. Like, his public persona.
We can't juxtapose it though.
Dead.
Yeah. but we can't juxtapose Pac and the situations. The situations aren't the same.
Dead to me, and I still want the new music. Like if he got a slap, why can't we have the slap?
I think the problem is with people is like, who the fuck are we singing about? R. Kelly. That's the question.
It doesn't. I mean, did it? We can't. Does the song slap? Because Luther Vandross.
Thank you.
Was gay and he was singing as if he was singing to a woman.
You don't know that.
And nobody cared. You know what I'm saying?
Elton John definitely was.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody cares when somebody. You know how many? Come on, man. You in the industry. You know how many gay songwriters that write songs from a perspective of a heterosexual perspective, but
so
gay.
Does that make it fine for us to like? Nah, I ain't fucking with him because he's singing about boys. Like what the fuck? Like
people gonna. Well, no, I was gonna say August Alsina, but he's not. He wasn't even really gay. But like when people try to accuse him of that,
Frank Ocean.
Right. Well, but you know what?
And Frank Ocean got slaps.
But when people found out,
they didn't make them songs slap any less.
They stopped fucking with him though.
But people stopped fucking with him. Frank Ocean though.
They did
when they found out he was gay. When he came out. Like shit, he fell off at the same time.
But now,
like, nigga, who was Novocaine about?
Now, all right.
Okay, hold on. If you're a female, let's ask Kim.
Female, stop fucking with him.
Kim, you a female.
Females don't care.
You're a goddamn lie. What? Y'all the worst,
bro. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all,
see,
niggas wasn't even riding around listening to Frank Ocean. Men wasn't.
Right.
Women was. His fan base was women anyway. So when he fell off, I kind of felt like women was like,
stopped.
Yeah,
women stopped.
You're not saying to me,
we didn't have the power to stop a Frank Ocean. We men. We wasn't consuming it like that anyway. It was y'all.
It's because y'all find him less attractive.
Right, because you know he's gay.
Yeah.
So now you can't that little thing in your brain when you kind of sort of
he's singing to me.
Right,
and
that's
the thing. You know he's singing to your uncle.
So right. and some women felt like I feel like, you know what I'm saying, R. Kelly's singing to little girls.
Right. Yeah. Sam Smith.
But that was the thing with R. Kelly's old music is people was like, well, he was singing about a little girl. I can't listen to this.
And that's I don't know. For me, I don't think like that. I don't know. But I don't know. That just ain't me.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So that's the whole thing for me is I feel like it's not about it's what I hear in the music. It's art. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Is up for before all of this shit, you didn't listen to it and feel like he was singing about little girls?
Cause you didn't know. You didn't have
No, but that's the point. It's like, so it's not it's not like, and motherfucker Aaliyah, the whole Aaliyah situation, I was in goddamn middle school. Nigga, like, right. What we talking about? So it's like,
listen, again, we are living in the times of cancel culture. All right. This whole new generation. There's a lot of different things that. First of all, back in that Aaliyah shit, social media didn't exist. I don't think R. Kelly would have made it this long had social media existed in the 90s.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I don't think he could have got it. No. That fucking video of him pissing on that little kid, on that little girl, that shit would have been another form of. See, how many times did you remember how difficult it was to even try to see that when it first got leaked, like in the 90s? Mm. Everybody had inboxes and everybody could share that shit. That he would have been canceled a long time ago when that had first came out. But it was he had the money to stifle it and stifle it because you only had certain media platforms. Yes, it did, bro.
No, I think
it wasn't just easy when that first came out.
That's the thing. I feel like
more of it was acceptable.
I feel like more of it was, and I'm gonna be 100%.
Social media.
I'm gonna be like 100% transparent because I was in high school around that time.
Right.
And it was like,
I was older. So
yeah, like it was like, I think around that time we knew about a scene like, and it's just like, I knew girls like that who went to high school.
I did too. It was even worse for me.
So this is the point that I'm making.
Right.
That shit wasn't, whoa.
No, listen, let me be clear.
So let me be clear on it. It wasn't whoa. It wasn't. It wasn't child pornography.
Right.
It was a turnout from 42nd Street who was on tape with some like this is regular shit. Yes. Like in our culture growing. So it doesn't get looked at through the lens of this is child pornography. It's like I had to.
But
turn
20 years later, now with social media and with cancel culture and with all that,
with growing up. as we grew up and we became like, yo, like, cause we knew shit we was doing, like, yo, what the fuck was we? Why was there nobody? We can reevaluate shit we was doing.
Right.
As
I'm fucking super glad everybody didn't have a cell phone when I was growing up. Some of the shit we did, you know what I'm saying? So like, nigga, I'm completely happy. You know what I'm saying?
Being bad, being out in the street, like, and so it's like, so now it like, and we kind of joke about this shit, just like even the little simple shit where. Like, we was talking about, like, motherfuckers having a studio in the neighborhood, and it's like motherfucking 15 cars parked out. And it's like, now as a homeowner, like, man, what the fuck are these cars? Like, but when we was doing it was like, nigga, I just got my people. And it's like, I feel like it's kind of that same thing when we were younger. We looked at it through a different lens because we were so close to it was the norm. And for people who were older,
let's be clear,
who didn't grow up in that culture.
Let's be clear.
Yeah.
R. Kelly was not canceled by people of his generation.
Exactly.
First and foremost, R. Kelly is not in jail right now because of 40-something-year-old people. You feel what I'm saying? My generation, which is when he came, his prime years was my generation.
Right.
Motherfuckers in their 40s. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Even some people in their 50s probably. You know what I'm saying? Because they was good and grown when 12 Play came out.
Yo,
you feel what I'm saying?
That's the real topic.
So they 50-something. So wasn't nobody from Generation X. Generation X, nobody from Generation X was screaming cancel R. Kelly.
This is like the Dallas
all
Cowboys.
That shit came from millennials on down, Gen Zs, that shit, and that wave of pressure to just go ahead and fucking go back and get that shit, go back. All that. It was nobody. Generation X was like, nigga, and you know what I'm saying?
The Cowboys owner,
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones,
right?
It's the same thing.
What was it? That was we never
like with the photo. I think that might have. I don't remember. It's like the same shit. Like, yo, this is deplorable. Yeah, it is. But you know, that's what was going on. Like that's why a lot of people jumped on Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. Smith took it too fucking far because he was like, that's his fucking friend, and Stephen A. Smith is a fucking stinking capitalist. Okay, let's be clear. But he is. Stephen A. Smith is a stinking capitalist. You're not gonna keep coming up in here disrespecting my capitalist brethren out here.
He's a stinking capitalist. Listen, but I know people are gonna jump on me for this, but if you actually watch sports and watch that show and watch everything he does and says, I stopped slightly short of calling Stephen A. coon. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
hold on, wait.
Nah, we're not gonna go all the way there.
No, nigga, I'm from the South, and so what you don't understand is the raccoon is one of the smartest animals.
I stopped short of calling him that because he does have his moments where he'll let you know. He'll let you know, but he loves money so much that he lets certain things when it involves money influence him all the time, right? And so that's why he'll say some shit and they'll be like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? You a sellout ass motherfucker, but you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
on this because they
on that note with Jerry Jones, it's like, yeah, I understand that shit was when he was fucking 15 years old and he was out there with the rest of those white motherfuckers doing what the rest of those white motherfuckers was doing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see him throw a rock. I don't know if he spit on them girls or whatever, but he was there. But what the fuck else you thought that white motherfucker was gonna be doing at 15 and living and going to that school at that time? He wasn't finna be walking up. The odds of him holding hands with those goddamn students and walking into the class with them was like 0 to none. Even if he felt in his heart it was wrong, he just wasn't gonna do it. So I felt like, yeah, it's fair to bring it up. But Jerry Jones, first of all, then showed us who the fuck he was all the way through the whole Colin Kaepernick situation. So I don't know why everybody jumping out of their skin like, oh my God, like, bitch, you already knew he a racist. He slick, came from that era of he 80-something years old and he white in America.
That shit's in his blood.
Yeah, OG
racist. That shit is his fucking DNA, nigga.
Yeah, OG racist.
He's white. He's 80-something years old and he's born and raised in America, nigga. He was a fucking the greatest generation. He ain't even a baby boomer. He a greatest generation.
But that's
you know he racist.
That's kind of.
What the fuck you mean?
Here's the thing, is like the GOAT. Like when our conversations with basketball is like, if we look at just the stats, like the stats just like improve as the game improves. The level of player in the NBA has improved over time because when someone comes in, they elevate the entire game. Everyone now aspires to play like them.
Right.
And so then a generation later, like everyone's playing up to their level because that's what's possible now. It's like the 5-minute mile.
Right.
Until one person did it, then now everybody started doing it. So it's like the same thing where it's like the level of racist that Jerry Jones is, like that was the norm.
Right.
Like,
that was America.
Doing that.
That was America. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
that was America. So like when it came out, I'm like, okay, why the fuck are we acting shocked? Like nigga, like I fully expected a motherfucker like Jerry Jones to be in that position at that moment at that event. Right. I would have never thought if you know what I would have been shocked, like literally, like bro, if they showed a picture of him actually helping the black people, you know what I'm saying?
He definitely wouldn't be the owner of the Cowboys.
You would have had me then, you know what I'm saying? Then you would have had some fucking news
to make a big
Jerry
deal about. Jones who was doing that, and he doesn't own the Cowboys.
You know what I'm saying? It's no fucking news.
His life went a completely different direction.
Right. So okay. All right. So so that's that subject.
All right.
But so in closing on R. Kelly, where are we at?
Like
the album.
I don't know. No, yay or nay? Should they release the R. Kelly?
No, they shouldn't release it. They shouldn't release it unless they have the right to do it.
No. But here's the thing: the only reason that this man hasn't had music come out is because people ain't fucking with him. Okay. That's it.
Right.
Like, cause it's rappers it's literally rappers in jail for murder.
Right.
And artists who are in jail for murder that they will release new music on.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation.
Like, the labels will release
and
new music on. And so
you know why.
So we don't, so that's the question. For me,
well, should we support it? Is what you're asking, or should it just be released?
No, it's like
if I own the rights to the fucking music and I'm the label or whatever, I'll release the music. All you motherfuckers that are mad can stay mad, bitch. You can stay mad. But if I feel like people will actually download it or stream it or whatever, right? Like if I owned it, if I had that hard drive sitting right here, yeah.
I think, and
we can work a deal.
That's what I think is
because I'm not gonna. I
find that interesting. Like that's just for me with this whole thing. I find that interesting.
The people who feel like he's the scum of the earth are not gonna hit play.
Right.
But guess what? It's a lot of motherfucking people who I feel like the scum of the earth right now, and they still doing whatever the hell they want to do.
Yo, it is some fucking I'm just not scum buckets out here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like for real.
Yeah. So there's that. So all right. So that's R. Kelly, and then just before we get all the way into the relationship shit, we want to stay a little bit on topic with the industry, and we wanted to talk about Russ. So Russ is not first things first. Me personally, I just think Russ makes pretty dope music. Personally, you know what I'm saying? Like I've heard a lot of his music, a lot of his catalog. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff that didn't even get popular. You know that before even when Calvin was like sending me the stuff before he really took off. But even after he took off and made his name, like he just not even the stuff that's on the radio. He made good music, bro. Yeah. He's a creative, talented motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I remember like Calvin. What was it? Opera? It was on some real random shit. He did an event up there, and then he was like telling me about him, and he just played me. He was like, because I had South by coming up, right? And it was like, yo, I need you to get him on there. And it was like, play me a record. I was like, oh, I fuck with it, and I fuck with Calvin. I was like, yeah, we'll put him on South by, right? And that was it. And it was like, really went through and checked out. I was like, and I dug through his SoundCloud and was listening to a lot of his shit, and we was gonna do something with him in the magazine after South by. But Russ is an asshole. And so there's that.
I was only talking about the music part.
But this is his whole his brand coming in was an asshole.
Right.
And now his
independent asshole.
Just an asshole.
Right.
It's like and that's always like, so even with this story, it feels like PR. Like marketing, like for Russ's PR, like extremely talented. There's nothing wrong with being like, but he knows what his market. I feel like his marketing team knows what.
On his interview, he says he doesn't even have a marketing team. He says it's
that's what the fuck you supposed to say.
He says that's a fucking scam. Would you like to hear? Basically from Russ himself? All right, let's go back and listen to this conversation that Russ had with someone. It was TMZ. TMZ did an interview with him, and I wanted to just play this.
Right. So how the fuck do you get an interview with TMZ? So that's this is the shit that fucking bothers me. This is my real problem with Russ.
Okay.
Is I actually care about independence. And I think Russ is like akin to what's the 10X motherfucker, like all these like influencer, get rich quick, you can alpha sigma male, whatever, how to make money online ass motherfuckers like that that sell this false image of how success works.
You think that's Russ?
Yes. He's that for independent artists.
Wow, that's a big statement. Let me hit this. Let's see. Hold on a second.
Russ gives you feel good content, but no actual information on what to do next.
Okay.
And so, like, I hear, and I don't think. Go ahead. You can play.
I'm playing it. Hold on. Why I don't hear anything? Hold
on. Do you got it? You got the Bluetooth connected?
I did have the Bluetooth connected. Hold on a second.
Wouldn't be a problem if it was an iPhone.
Whatever.
That shit would just be playing right now, crystal clear.
Hold on a second. I want to just, you know.
If you need me to pull it up on my iPhone, just let me know. Now.
I don't need your help. I don't need your help. All right, it's connected to the. Let me make sure. First of all, let me make sure we just connect it right here. Let me just play something. All right, so I don't hear nothing though. Oh, there it is. I got it. I had the volume down. My bad.
Old man Blizzle.
That was me.
All
right, so let's get back to Russ.
Like old man Ebro.
No, I turned it down because I was looking at the IG.
Oh yeah, you did have the what's the name came up.
I was trying not to make it bleed over from the IG. All right, we got it. So I want y'all to hear what Russ says. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know we'll go from there. Hold on a second. Now I got to find it again. Damn it. Oh.
You didn't bookmark? You didn't save it? What you on Facebook or Instagram?
I'm on TMZ's website.
Oh God!
Right.
Who out here watching, following Russ?
If you like
read
Russ,
the book?
let us know.
Buy the book. Got a book, right?
Yeah, you got a book.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I bought
Russ has a book.
Yeah.
Did I buy it? Is it in our Audible?
It is.
It is in our Audible?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second. What was in the book?
Just talking about being independent. Like it's like
you said it was snake oil.
No, it's like a self-help book for artists.
Okay, it's not bad. All right, here it is.
It's not.
All right. So this is what he has to say about marketing and stuff like that. Hold on a second. Which I thought was kind of interesting myself. Hold on. Here it is.
All right. What is it, ad?
Yeah, it's trying to give me the ad. God damn it.
God damn it. You gonna get these ads, motherfucker.
All these fucking ads popping
Listen,
up.
this is TMZ, motherfucker. You ain't pay for no access to this site, nigga. We gonna solicit you. God damn it. You looking for flights? Like, what you looking for?
Okay.
Do you think
this is Russ.
that record labels are becoming dinosaurs now?
I do think at some point they will become obsolete just because the juice isn't worth the squeeze and you don't need them. They're not doing anything for you that you can't do for yourself. I just think that some artists
Damn, let them finish.
Are not very business minded and they're not, and
Insulting.
and they kind of just want to be the artist. So that's why they go the label approach so that they have, a team that does everything for them. But you can get a team to do everything for you and still just be the artist without the label. Artists in today's day and age, they're their own digital marketing. I think digital marketing is the biggest facade, one of the biggest facades in the music industry. You get with the label and they're like, oh, well, here's your digital team. And it's like, what do y'all do exactly?
And that's why you don't end up on the top of Apple, motherfucker.
The Warners and Sonys and RCAs and whatever the labels are they scared to death right now? Because it does seem this is almost inevitable, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'm great for their future. I think they have an opportunity to extremely change their business model and their deals to make it more artist friendly. But I just think that a lot of times they just don't care. They're greedy and they know that there's some artists who will still take the bait. So,
all right. We've heard enough.
By bait, you mean
obviously, Kelby,
millions,
this is just
millions
aggravating
of
Kelby at this
dollars and artist development and all of their relationships and infrastructure to help you live out your fucking dream. If that's what you consider the bait, yeah, I think there are plenty of artists who would take that. God damn it!
So apparently, Kelby doesn't agree with anything Russ is saying. Here's my take on it. Okay, so the whole part of this story is the fact that Russ was reportedly offered $50 million for his catalog.
That's what his digital marketing team
right?
is put
You know what I'm saying? The article says Russ knows his worth as an artist, and according to his calculations, record labels are going to need more than 8 figures to lock down his catalog.
Right.
All right. So, on his new song, he talks about it. A post on TikTok, he also talks about it. And basically, they're saying he didn't reveal, who it was that bidded on it or whatever. But you know what I'm saying. But his last major label venture was with Columbia Records before he ended up before he ended things to start his own musical imprint earlier this year. All right. So he's been in the machine before. That's the first thing. It's not like he was never signed or anything. They say right here he was with Columbia. All right. So whatever happened at Columbia, whatever didn't work out or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Think Birdman ain't still eating off Drake?
Hell yeah.
All right then, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all I'm saying.
But again, so here's my take.
Right.
What I don't know, what I really would need to know in order for me to say Russ is crazy or Russ isn't crazy is really how much money Russ making right now. Right. And I don't know that. I honestly don't know. I don't know about who I could check right now, but if Russ is making, let's just say Russ is making $2 million a year. You think he's making $2 million a year?
Like I'm telling you, he's making $2 million a month.
Okay.
Like, see, here's the thing is like,
I don't believe he's making $2 million a month.
What was the shit? Drake lost $50 million on a gown. Like, this is all fucking marketing and PR. Like, that's the whole thing. All this shit is smoke and mirrors.
Is he making millions of dollars a year from music?
Yes.
Okay. So $50 million. Let's just say he's making $2 million.
He was on the Hip Hop Cash list for like
5.
Nah, he was making more than that.
He's making more than 5.
I want to say maybe
10,
15, 20.
15, 20. Okay, so why the fuck would he sell his catalog for $50 million if he's making that much money as an independent?
But here's the thing.
So that makes complete sense.
I don't know how much of that was off of touring, and then this was also, I think, pre-COVID.
That's why I said I need to know how much money he's actually making to answer the question.
How much money is his catalog making?
If he's gonna actually still make $50 million in the next 5 or 10 years anyway, and he could keep all his masters, why the fuck would he do?
But here's the thing. That should be like when you get that offer that's based off of a multiple. It's a multiple of what it's currently making.
Yeah,
so I know it ain't.
Maybe they lowballing him then, which
maybe.
So you don't sign a lowball deal.
Let's say he's making $5 million a year off of the music.
Okay, 10 years, that's $50 million, and he still own all of it.
Right.
So why?
Yeah, because
and he's still young.
No, but here's the thing is how the longevity of his music. How long will his fans be his fans, and that type of thing? It's like it's all dependent on the artist, and then it's like, what could I do with $50 million in my bank account right now? Maybe if he had bigger ventures that he wanted to do, like say, look at Kanye for an example. Mm-hmm. If he could have sold his catalog for $700 million, so he could have really done some shit that he wanted to do in fashion
or whatever.
Without, you understand what I'm saying?
Without being attached to those guys. Okay,
exactly.
But he would have still had to have a lot of that money would have went to all the marketing and all the production.
This is all I'm saying. If I have a bigger venture that I need to be liquid to get into. Right. If Russ doesn't have that, like, I'm living my life and all this shit, I don't need $50 million. There's nothing. I'm just going to be sitting with $50 million.
And then I don't own my shit no more.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's
you seem to have a real big problem with what he said in response to that question about digital marketing.
No, I have a problem with the model that he pushes forward, because it's like anyone who pushes forward the idea that you one, there's a difference between not needing something and something not being helpful. There's a clear distinction between that. Right. Like people even I'll use that for example with the magazine and the membership and all the stuff we do. Like people are like, well, I don't need this shit. Like, I was like, you don't. Like, I'm never gonna tell you need this shit, but that don't mean it ain't helpful.
Exactly.
And so it's like, and when people try to kind of use those two interchangeably, like the labels, you don't need a label. You don't need a major label, right?
You don't need a major label to create music, distribute music digitally, to actually get it online. To actually, you don't need a label for none of that.
So then, when you take that and say they don't do anything for you, then it's like, nigga, you full of shit.
What is it that? What is it? Yeah. What does the marketing team
That
do?
motherfucker wouldn't have been on the radio the way that he's on the radio if it wasn't for the deal at Columbia. He would not be where he is in his career if not for the deal with Columbia.
It sounds like you're saying Russ is all cap.
No, that's
the takeaway from this.
But
Kelby thinks Russ is all cap.
You can take that.
Okay.
Like, and here's the reason why I say that is Russ's image and persona is just like the way that Kodak is a grimy gangster, South Florida Haitian. Like that's his image. Russ, he doesn't have that story. He doesn't have
his story is
I'm the underdog, indie champion. Right. So everything related to the business and of music is not in for me. Like when I talk to people and I know people who really do this shit that work at labels. I know people who are independent consultants who do radio, who do all, like when you really care about helping people, you try to temper and make sure that you give people a realistic view of the world and how this shit works. But when you just selling something, you just give the people what's going to get them going. Right. And so it's like, but see, you don't need them. You can do everything yourself. Like that's a motherfucker selling a dream.
Who's he selling it to?
Because
his fans don't even give a fuck. Like, I mean, yes, they do. That's a good mantra.
Yes, they do. Like his fans are kids who are young, who want to rail against the cancel culture generation, the establishment to go against. Yeah, all that shit's old. Web3, just like you don't need authority, you don't need the establishment. It's
probably so. That's probably his fan base. I don't know his demographics per se, but maybe that's his whole that's his shtick. And if his team or not his team because he doesn't have one.
Yeah, but even when you say bullshit like that, that's what I'm saying.
Well, hold on, wait. I mean, you don't necessarily do.
And I love his music.
You don't need a team to read your algorithms on your Spotify's and shit and your stream counts and shit.
You need a team to do it when you're going on a worldwide tour. Like
it breaks it down pretty clearly. I can read mine myself too.
That nigga ain't fucking booking his own flights, hotels, doing sound check. That's the problem.
But he didn't say he didn't need a team. He said you could. He didn't say you.
So you think he's running all his own digital ads? You think that nigga in the Facebook ads manager uploading creative?
I want to be sure that we don't misconstrue what he said. We just played it. Now,
he said that digital marketing is the biggest facade. I don't have anyone doing that.
Somebody's doing it. Somebody's doing it though.
Right.
But he doesn't have a record label. He doesn't need a record label.
No, he said, nigga, rewind it, nigga. Like, that's why I'm like, this is, shit. Like, and that's what I be saying, like, the way they cavalierly be saying shit.
For their future. I think they have.
Hold on a second. Let's make sure.
Now, if I'm wrong,
your digital team, and it's like, what do y'all do exactly?
Okay, hold on a second. Let's see.
One of the biggest facades in the music industry. You know, you get with the label, and they're like, "Oh, well, here's your digital team," and it's like, what do y'all do exactly?
Do you think that the Warners and Sonys and RCAs and whatever the
facade, one of the biggest facades in the music industry. You know, you get with the late day and age.
All right.
So that's why they go the label approach, so that they have, a team that does everything for them. But you can get a team to do everything for you and still just be the artist without the label. Artists in today's day and age, they're their own digital marketing.
That's what he said.
Artists today, they're their own digital
marketing. Is the biggest facade. One of the biggest facades in the music industry. You know, you get with the label.
Okay.
So he's his own digital marketing. If we're great San Francisco, let me open up my ads manager and make sure that we're
going live on his TikTok for Toronto. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying is like, it's toxic positivity. It's toxic. It's like setting people up for unrealistic expectations that are eventually just going to crush and demoralize them. Not being realistic with the world that's out there and people's place in it.
Or maybe he just found a cheat code.
He ain't found no cheat code because the nigga got a team. He found the lock code.
Ain't no shortcut.
But hold on, he got the lock code. No. Here's the difference.
He's the Derrick Jaxn of music.
Oh, well, you took it too fucking far right there. All right. I'm not co-signing that shit, Russ. I'm just telling you. Fuck no. Let's go into the next subject then. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Derrick
Jaxn, what are we doing here? All right, this was the last topic that we was going to get ready to talk about that we had scheduled. I still feel like, you know, I don't know. I think some of that was taken out of context the way it was.
It was put out of context.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get the Derrick Jaxn shit. Okay, so Derrick Jaxn. Okay, first of all, I got to explain to some of you people who Derrick Jaxn is in case you don't know. Derrick Jaxn capping. So Derrick Jaxn just represents a culture, a lane that exists on social media. And I'm so glad that Kim is here today because we really need Kim for this conversation. For real. Right? Follow her on Instagram. Hey, it's just Kim. Hey, it's just Kim.
Hey.
Listen. Derrick Jaxn is one of these, to me, what I call fake ass relationship gurus. You feel what I'm saying?
I think all of them are fake. But go ahead.
I think and I want to say what I said to you off camera, Kim, on the camera, so people can understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, he and a whole bunch of a plethora of other people, they're just as annoying as the woke gang. You feel what I'm saying? The people, you know what I'm saying? The people who are so woke, you know what I'm saying, that they think the earth is flat and all this other kind of shit, right? He was peddling relationship advice, right? He was married. He's a married man, all right? His whole platform was telling other men the way that they should treat women, right? You know what I'm saying? Giving all these posts about what men doing wrong and blah, 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 why a woman should leave a man and blah, all this other fuck shit, right? And I call it fuck shit because it's all coming from a man who the whole time basically cheating on his wife. Mm-hmm. That got exposed, all right? Now him and his wife is getting divorced. You feel what I'm saying? And it was a public spectacle. He publicly embarrassed his wife because he's this. It's one thing. Again, it's one thing it's one thing to cheat and be a cheater and get caught publicly with infidelity when you're a personality or whatever. But it's a whole nother thing when your whole brand, is about being the good guy. Is about being a great man. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even me and you are public figures at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? Especially with me, if I get caught cheating on my old lady, it won't be millions of people, but it'll be enough. You know what I'm saying? To where somebody can say I publicly embarrassed my wife.
Right.
Because it's thousands of people that know me. Right. Period. Point blank. You feel what I'm saying? So YouTube, right? So that'll be a big public embarrassment, more so than the average person. You feel what I'm saying? Because we do public stuff, right? This guy had millions of eyes on him. Millions. Mm-hmm. And he cheated on his wife, got caught. Now he's come to find out he's got his new chick. The new chick is subbing the ex-wife on social media. You know how you sub somebody, post something, you know it's about her, talking about her, right? It's just a fucking mess. The whole time that guy was out, and I told my wife this, and if my wife is watching this, she'll tell you. I told my wife, don't you ever come telling me what a nigga said on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I fucking meant it. You feel what I'm saying? Like my wife knows, even if my wife reads something that a nigga like Derrick Jaxn saying, and she literally agree, the last thing my wife is gonna do is come to me and say, and try to make some sort of point out of this nigga post. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? Like
I don't want to hear that shit.
Right. Because nigga, I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you why. And this is what I said to Kim, and then I'll let it go. And I'll let you guys chime in. I don't like any of these relationship gurus that are not trained counselors, that are not counseling a real marriage and a real counseling situation where they're just on these social media platforms regurgitating and bloviating about bullshit of what they think a man needs to do right or what they think the woman needs to do in a relationship to make it work. The reason being is I'm a firm believer that every relationship is unique as the two people that are in it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
What you and Kim go through as spouses and what me and my wife go through is never going to be the same because we're not the same four people. All right. Our relationship is not the same. We didn't meet the same. The circumstances aren't the same. We don't got the same amount of kids. We don't got the same, same career. It's so many different moving parts that how can somebody else tell you outside of the basic common sense stuff of don't cheat. No shit, Sherlock. Don't beat your woman. No shit, Sherlock. You know what I'm saying? Like basic shit that you just fucking know that you don't have to be some sort of smart person or a relationship person online to fucking tell me, right?
Right.
Outside of that, no one can tell me about my fucking marriage and my relationship because you ain't in it, motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I just don't give a fuck what you got to say. That's my stance on it. I'll go ahead and I'll let Kim chime in first. I want you to chime in as a woman.
Well, I don't watch Derrick Jaxn. Let me start there. I've seen clips here and there, but I think that's one of those situations where it's just in general. It's like I'm speaking to this because it's like I'm going through it. I know there's a million other people going through it, which speaks to his followers. So if you got 1 million or 2 followers, then that's 2 million people who feel like, yo, he speaks to me and I get what he's saying.
But that's social media in general. This is why I say, Russ, I'm speaking to who wants to hear this.
Right.
Like, that's it. Like, I'm not going to tell you what you need to hear. I'm going to tell you what you want to hear.
Right.
Like, that's Trump.
And that's why Derrick Jaxn, fake ass, and all these other fake ass motherfuckers that all they do is cater and just say certain things that make women, that trigger women. I understand that, but I'm just saying that was my whole point. As a woman,
that's why you can't bring it to me.
That's why women get in trouble listening to them kind of niggas. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what you're gonna do is he gonna tell you what you want to hear. Right. But that shit ain't real applicable when you dealing with a certain kind of man. You feel what I'm saying? And maybe your man is that kind of man that's like, fuck all that shit that nigga talking about.
But then you have the flip side. The flip side is, I would say Kevin Samuels to an extent.
He gives it to men and women, so you can't really just do him like Derrick Jaxn.
And that's why I'm trying to think. I can't really think of because there's no female that does that.
That I know of. It's one out there, but we don't know who she is.
But they ain't famous because niggas ain't like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, let them know, Sarah. Like
I don't know who she is.
And so that's the thing is, like, men, and this is my personal opinion, and I'm speaking in general. Men are more realistic than women.
Ooh,
because
that's a big statement.
Because men have to deal with reality.
You don't think a single mother dealing with reality?
No,
you're gonna have a single mama's gonna come for your head.
Right, and here's the reason why I'll say this.
Okay,
is because from the time that you're a boy, you know whether you're handsome or not. You know whether or not
you really. I don't even know.
Wait, nigga. Hold on. No. You know whether or not you got to develop your mouthpiece or get your bread up. Like when you,
I want to say you right, but I got some cousins. I got some cousins who was ugly. They ain't give a, but they felt like they were the goddamn.
No, but nigga,
you couldn't tell them they wasn't shit.
Because they had to develop that confidence and that mouthpiece.
It was always like that.
Yeah, like they had to.
Them ugly niggas is the most charismatic.
Exactly, nigga. And the little pretty, like the little nigga. But you can find a motherfucker who is like pretty privileged. Like a motherfucker can be attractive and dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah.
And get by on just like ain't gotta develop like, damn, you can't hold a fucking conversation. Like, have you not met?
I understand that, yes.
And so so for men, like we have to deal with that. We have to deal with that. See, it's women, even if a woman isn't the most attractive, right? It's men who will still smash.
Of course.
Right? So because there are men who will still smash, there are still men who will create a false reality around her because they still will smash.
Right.
So it's a reality distortion field. The pussy creates a reality distortion field.
Yes, I mean,
it's like Deion Cole. We was watching the Deion Cole comedian. He was like, "Pretty woman ain't never in the way." And it was like, "Oh, excuse me. Oh no, baby, you good? You good?" Like
the only time,
you good?
Yeah. The only time pretty women get treated like regular looking women is when they're in a room full of other pretty women.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? And
exactly.
when they're in the room with a whole group of women that are just as bad as you, and if we're talking about the men in the room all have money. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? That's when they start getting treated like
that's when
women.
the filter come out.
You feel what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? The field, the level, the playing field is even.
I don't give a fuck how good you look, how many muscles you got, nigga. You are never gonna get treated like goddamn Jeff Bezos.
Right.
Right.
Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck how many push-ups you did this morning.
Because when you got money now, but you know what though? It's interesting you said that because hold on. I'm gonna tell you. See, I don't want. I'm talking about people, my personal friends and stuff right now. But it's crazy because I know I have friends that got money and I have some friends that are physically fit or whatever, and we literally one day Like it's crazy because the women, if I tell this story, the women that know me gonna be like, nigga, you actually telling this story? I'm telling this story. Y'all probably ain't gonna see it anyway. But if you do, whatever, I'm telling the story. We was all out one day, it was me and my crew, whatever, and one of the guys, that we hang with, what I'm saying, he's, really physically fit and everything, right? So we hanging out, and then one of the other guys that we hang with, he's, as far as financially, much more well off. You feel what I'm saying? Than most guys you're gonna meet. You feel what I'm saying? And so we were out, and then these group of single, I would assume single, they was acting single, but you never know with these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Single,
you know what I mean? They were single that day, acting single that day. Came in and we were all together, and so it's like one of the girls that we were with were trying to actually, because the way she thinks is she from fucking Florida. The way she think is she about the money, nigga. Who got the money? Blah 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 blah. What kind of fucking person she thinks? Because she from fucking Florida. Florida women think like for the most part like that, y'all. And don't fucking get on my fucking live or comment because nigga, you know what it is. Don't act like you don't know if you're from Florida,
woman.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Don't fucking play with me. I'm from Florida. Don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? You know I know. So she was on some like trying to push the girl up on the homie. You know what I'm saying? They had the bread whole time. She looking at the other homie because he's eye candy to her. You feel what I'm saying? And so the whole conversation that she had after that, you know what I'm saying? Then her, and it was funny because her and one of her other friends actually got into a little kerfuffle because they was both trying to holler at my homie that was, all cut up and shit. And meanwhile, my other homie right there who's, got wild, stupid money, and she's like, these stupid bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like
she's sitting there looking at these hoes, like these hoes so fucking stupid. They don't even, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put them hoes up on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This nigga with the bread, they're trying to, this nigga. So it's, and for her, she was just like, to her, them bitches was stupid. You feel what I'm saying? Because they didn't, but they wanted, but again, that goes back to the point.
They was single-ish.
They was looking at like it was. But I'm just saying that's one of that's like you don't
right.
What you're saying is when you back to your point was
right.
You're not gonna get treated the same as Jeff Bezos, and I'm like, honestly, I've seen it where it doesn't necessarily money didn't necessarily matter because those fucking women was lusting after what their eyes was showing them.
No, that's cool. That is cool.
Yeah, that happens.
Nigga, they gonna do some strange things with Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos can make some requests that, like, if the Mr. Muscle Man make it, he'd be like, hell no. Like, but if Jeff Bezos make that same request,
maybe. I don't know. I don't know what you think about that story, Kim. That actually happened to us a couple of months back.
Well, it all starts with looks anyway.
Right.
But so the question is, would you rather a woman holler at you for your looks or for your money?
First of all, how does she even know how much money I got until she talked to me? So
but,
my looks gonna be the first thing.
Because she didn't pick the man with the money when she picked
I'm not judging her friend. No, the other female. It was a female. I was there with my wife. First of all, I was out of the whole mix. I was with my wife that day. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna keep it a bean. Niggas don't give a fuck if you look like us for our looks. Like, cause we know what the game is. That's why niggas wear designer and jewelry and all this. Even if you're kind of sort of attractive, what people would consider attractive, man, or whatever. Ultimately at the end of the day, what you got gonna come up into the conversation. Yes.
Like when you first see me in the club or whatever, and you first meet me, whatever I may on you. But at some point, how much money I got or what I got going on is gonna come into the play.
And that's
for
the
a
reality.
Woman. Period. Point blank.
And that's why I say,
what do I have? Where's my status as a man? What can I provide for you?
That's why eye candy.
Right. That's why it says like that poster, that meme that's going around that says, men, no black man is appreciated unless he has something. It's like it's not necessarily 100% ironclad true, but at the end of the day, as men, especially black men, we are heavily judged on what we got. You feel what I'm saying?
But here's the reason why that isn't true is because it puts the word black in it.
Well, you just said it.
Because it puts the word black in it. It ain't got shit to do with race.
Men.
And that's the problem where we have racism. It's because we try to exclude like a common thing and like it's just black. No, it's like every fucking man. White man, black man.
So that brings us back to Derrick Jaxn.
Right.
And why it works. Because from what I'm hearing,
because women want to hear lies, they want to be lied to.
Men in general, y'all logical, y'all think just about the same. So Derrick Jaxn can be so general and reach so many people because admittedly, y'all are all the fucking same.
What do you mean? Wait a minute.
Logically,
like I would say,
his platform
give out info like
but
that.
But here's the thing: we wasn't tuning in.
Right. And even still, hold on. First,
this
hold on,
sucker-ass nigga.
Oh, hold on. First of all,
sucker ass nigga.
First of all, just because I have a podcast and I got a show,
right.
I legit listened to like 2 of this nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because even before I listened to any Kevin Samuels shit, I was kind of like, I'm good on that nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Because I felt like he was just another relationship guru until one of my close friends was like, no. That one, he ain't the same. Listen to him. And he sent me certain stuff, and I was like, okay, he giving it to men and women. I can respect it because he was going off on dudes, and he was giving it to he was just a realist.
Not at the rate he was talking to women, but he had a larger demographic.
No. I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna give it to you. Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. His stuff started for men.
It did,
and all his content was for men and all this stuff. But the stuff that went viral is the stuff that he said to women. Right. He had been saying that same shit to men.
Because it's like men want women to hear it.
No. Because women live in a reality distortion field surrounding their pussy. Like, so it's like, so the average, average woman doesn't ever come across someone who will be like, yeah, you cute, but you ain't got shit going on. Not from a man.
Right.
Because that same man is still trying, hey, I can help you out with that. You want your candle business, you need an investor.
Niggas will smash the shit out of a fine ass broke motherfucker. Period, point blank. We gonna fuck a fine broke motherfucker all the time.
Men basically do all the same shit. So that means the shit Derrick Jaxn speaking is... What is it true? Because he's because
some of the shit he was saying was actually not correct.
That's the whole point.
That's what I was saying. That's my point I was getting to.
And here's where I'll put the connective tissue. And back to Russ. Russ says shit that motherfuckers want to hear, even though it's not true. But motherfuckers wish it was true. I wish that I could just by myself make millions of dollars without needing to give anybody anything, and because I want to believe that. And so I say, you don't need anybody. You can do it all yourself. And I'm in a position where it lends validity to this cockamamie idea that you fucking have. And so it's like the same situation with the Derrick Jaxn. He lends validity to the cockamamie idea that some females have that there is some super nigga out there running around that's a gangster that totes guns, writes poetry, gonna fuck you for 8 hours, like gonna do all of this crazy shit. that is someone like a fucking Jeff Bezos, like that's rich as Jeff Bezos, can buy you Birkin bags, but only has eyes for you. That even
I'm that rich, nigga. I'm that rich, but I'm only gonna fuck you.
And
I'm that rich.
It's like this shit don't be adding up.
Like that's like and that's what I'm saying. But the whole point of everything with him was he was saying all that predicated on the fact that he moved like that. When the whole time you got a whole mistress.
I believe y'all got a problem with it because he's telling women what to watch out for while doing it himself. But I say there's no better person to tell you who to watch out for
I'll give you
than the nigga that's doing it.
But
I steal. That nigga move like he steal.
It's like,
you should watch out for him.
For cybersecurity, you have to hire a hacker.
Right.
Listen, my whole point with him is I call him a fake ass motherfucking relationship guru guy. Simply because, nigga, just if you gonna be putting out there like you holier than thou, and hold on, let's be clear. He was acting like he was faithful to his wife. You feel me? Yes.
No, hold on. No, stop.
No,
I gotta ask this question. Because this is the $1 million question.
Okay.
All right. How much money was this man making?
I don't even know.
Because here's my thing.
He was getting a check though.
He was getting a check.
Not a lot, but he was getting a check.
This is what I'm interested in. Because at some point she had to find out about this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How much did she know and how much did she put up with it?
Well, she came and did a whole apology to him when he got caught.
No.
She was sitting beside him. It's a classic meme.
Fuck that when he got caught. Because when he got caught was by the internet, not by her. How long, like if the situation she knew about, but it's not public.
I'm gonna tell you.
You see what I'm saying? Okay. They're like, Like knowing, like he doing this video, like watching this nigga do this video. This nothing ass nigga.
Exactly, like
She's been holding the camera,
bro.
For this,
it was a whole. It was that fucking meant when they sitting together holding hands and that bitch got the bonnet on her head. That whole fucking interview that nigga did with his wife, his now ex-wife, when she sat there with a fucking bonnet on her goddamn head, looking like a goddamn simp asshole behind this same nigga who claiming all this shit. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? And this same nigga,
there's so much behind it.
I'm just telling you, man. It's like I wish I had this.
Why she gotta be a simp because he's sneaking?
Oh, she a simp asshole.
Oh my god.
That whole listen.
So I think in the beginning when he was recording the thing was he was doing the videos in his car. He wasn't in the.
He wasn't
house.
even outside his house.
So it's like he was.
Hold on, I'm trying to find that fucking
videos. He would do videos out in his car, but the videos he was doing, he was outside of the chick's house.
That classic meme right there, that shot right there with him, that one right there, Kim. That shot, that video, that shot right there.
Yeah.
When he just sitting there, she got that fucking bonnet on her head.
Wait. Go back to that.
Why the fuck she got a bonnet?
Let's look at this staircase. Let's look at this staircase. Let's look at the architecture in this home. Let's. We
don't even know if that's where them niggas live.
Let's get an estimate.
I don't even know if that's where them niggas live.
Let's see. Recess lighting. Look at that. Look at the backsplash. Look at that. Look at where the stove is. I'm looking at. Look at the tile work.
Bro, that shit could be an apartment.
It could be.
They could be renting that shit.
It could be.
That could be Airbnb. We don't fucking know.
But that
could be an Airbnb. I don't know that. I'm not even giving no video.
Guess what? It would still rent more. It would still rent for more than apartments with lesser amenities.
I'm just still on the fact of who's better to give you advice on who to look out for
than a cheater. But and on that, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Because you got to look at it.
I didn't even realize Tasha K was the one that called him up. Oh,
right.
Jesus fucking
and,
Christ. She got her own fucking problems.
And she takes.
She got her own fucking problems. She from Panama City, so actually, fun story. Before she even actually blew up, before she really took off, she was trying to find a home for her show. She hit me up about K100 because she's from Panama City, Florida. She's from my hometown. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's from my hometown. So we was already connected on social media.
Luckily, it wasn't K100 getting sued for $4 million.
Listen, she would have had you on the map.
She probably would have, but I also probably would have been on the hook for that shit.
Nah, you would have been. Nah,
she would have been. I would have pulled that shit on my platform once they served me with. If they would have served me with that cease and desist they served her with, I'd have took that shit off.
Like this shit,
but you got to find somewhere. You got to find somewhere else to play games with. Man, ain't got time for this.
We've
I'd have told her that right there. Yeah, I would. If that show was actually on K100 and that's where it took off at, you know what I'm saying? Like when she started saying, I would let her get away with everything until they sent their cease and desist. We done playing games now. You can't say that shit on K100 no more. You know what I'm saying?
So Derrick Jaxn should have just.
That's his new wife or his new chick.
She look happy.
It's always he's playing. He's
just
controlling it. He's trying to.
Shit just messy.
He's trying to pull things together because he never comes out with this stuff. It gets ahead of the story. It's always I got to piece this shit together because they caught me.
Like,
so now I got to explain myself.
I mean, that's what criminals do. Like, it's like, fuck, I'm not gonna turn myself in unless I want it. Well, you know, they looking for the person who robbed the Fifth Street Bank. I better go down to the precinct. Like, but this to the whole point of this stuff from what I'm taking from it is not the stuff about what to look out for. It's how a man should behave, and when someone's creating this archetype of what a woman should do or man should do, and they're not living up to that.
Exactly.
It's like, how can
you be considered? Yeah. You know how I am about hypocrites. If you're a blatant hypocrite, I'm coming for you. Period. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's like a female who out here like you should wait 90 days or like all these kind of telling you what a virtuous woman is and what they should be doing, but they ain't living by that shit. But they telling you what you should be doing.
That's what I'm saying about him.
That's the relationship guru whose relationship is
trash.
Yeah.
That's the person teaching you about money who's broke.
Right. That's what he was. That's what Derrick Jaxn was.
Like theoretical teachers.
Right.
Like, nigga, you've never practically done any of this shit. Like, I can't listen to you.
Right.
That's the point. That's my thing with him.
It's the woke person that's with a white person.
Oh,
shit.
it's 9 o'clock. I can't stop because I gotta go, and I am not getting because that's gonna be another 20 minutes because I can't with you niggas.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with.
Can you be married to a white woman and be on some pro-black shit?
Nope.
Yes.
Next show. you guys think you guys were tuning in?
Next time on What Are We Doing Here?
That's how we'll start it off. You know what I'm saying?
Because what the fuck are we doing
right.
here?
What are we doing here, nigga?
We can have that conversation.
With a fucking dashiki on.
Oh, my God. Yes. Oh, you're so racist.
Married to Sarah.
Oh, my God.
All right, nigga. All right.
We're all people.
All right. I ain't saying you can't be black and you can't love your people. But nigga, don't be goddamn trying to hotel me to death. Don't be trying to hotel me to death with a white wife, bro.
You keep bringing up Kanye because the only anti-black thing he did was marry that white woman.
Subscribe to the channel.
That's the only anti-black thing he did.
Subscribe to the channel.
Fuck all this. Slavery was a choice and all the other shit. The most anti-black thing he did was marry that white woman.
And when you get home, leave your ass for a white girl. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was the Derrick Jaxn of fucking before we knew who Derrick Jaxn was. We gotta go. Hit subscribe on the channel. Make sure whenever we get the official podcast up, so you can follow it.
Yeah,
shit.
I'll send the email out tonight.
Yeah.
Y'all send y'all condolences to Miss Jackson. She lost her man because I think
condolences to Miss Jackson.
I think they could have worked on her had the shit not gone public.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
I am for real.
You deserve better.
That's right. She do. She do.
You deserve better because you deserve a man that's gonna cheat on you
in private.
In private.
Give relationship advice.
At least that.
But
that's
like the salt in the womb. Like, cause that's what I'm saying. Like, how long?
Exactly.
Because he's making money out, and he's
making money off giving relationship
whatever
advice.
they're dealing with in their relationship.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
Baby, I gotta do this live. Where was you at last night? Hold on, I gotta do this live. Women.
Like, bro, like, come on, man. That shit, no, ain't no. Listen. Hey,
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Hey, I don't feel bad for her because she had that motherfucking bonnet on in that video, and bitch, you knew better. Anyway, let's go. We out.
She was there for the check.
She had a fucking bonnet on.
Like, they was living. Listen,
she was already checked out.
They were in a palatial.
That's probably why she got cheated.
They were in a palatial.
But what if
you was already go live with a bonnet on?
Listen, look at the live. They were in a palatial 2-bedroom townhouse apartment with a roommate floor plan.
They got kids.
Oh shit, they got kids?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's real fucked up. Oh, that's ooh.
He just
the whole world know your daddy. The whole world know your daddy out here with his new bitch.
Damn.
We out.
Are the kids his?
Why you keep? Are you trying to defend Derrick Jaxn?
No, I'm just saying. Are the kids his? Are the kids his?
I guess so. I don't know. Shit. I don't know.
I'm glad men can
where are the relationship? Where are the
it'd be the same thing.
The internet investigators on the live stream? Because I don't know.
No, but this would be a perfect time for her to build her audience.
Right.
For her to come out.
Yeah, she can come out as the woman that got cheated on by a simp ass nigga.
So both of them simps.
Yes.
So they deserve that simp.
The Simpsons.
He a simp. She a simp. That's why I'm like, nigga, y'all was really made for each other. That nigga ain't gonna never be happy again because he had him one. All right, that's it.
All right. You can just hit the stop streaming in OBS.
Make sure y'all follow Making It Mad, Making It for End is K100 Radio. Hey, it's just Kim. We'll be back next time.
All right, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Music.
You have been watching.
Oh my God.
What We're Doing Here, featuring your co-host, Kelby. What Kelby said, publisher of Making It Magazine, founder of the membership, and
Blizzone, program director at K100 Radio, also podcast extraordinaire. Make sure you check me out, K100_radio. And of course, tonight we was rocking with Kim.
Hey, I just keep shit together. Tune in next time.
Hit subscribe, motherfucker.
Why?
yeah.
How do I end the stream?
You hit in
Stream button?
Yeah.
All right, y'all, we out.
Oh, she definitely isn't clicking it on the computer.
I might be fired. See, it says stop.